Valmiki Ramayana, Ayodhya Kanda, Book Number 2, Sarga 87, Roman numerals LXXXVII 87, GUHA'S story. That speech of GUHA Bharat heard, with grief and tender pity stirred. And as his ears the story drank, deep in his thoughtful heart it sank. His large, full eyes in anguish rolled, his trembling limbs grew stiff and cold. Then fell he, like a tree uptorn, in woe too grievous to be borne. When GUHA saw the long-armed chief, whose eye was like a lotus leaf, with lion shoulders strong and fair, high-mettled, prostrate in despair, pale, bitterly afflicted, he reeled as in earthquake reels a tree. But when Shatrughna, standing nigh, saw his dear brother helpless lie, distraught with woe, his head he bowed, embraced him oft, and wept aloud. Then Bharat's mothers came, forlorn, of their dear king with fasting worn, and stood with weeping eyes around the hero prostrate on the ground. Kaushalya, by her woe oppressed, the senseless Bharat's limb caressed. As a fond cow in love and fear caresses oft her youngling dear, then yielding to her woe she said, weeping and sore disquieted, "What torments, O my son, are these, of sudden pain or swift disease? The lives of us and all the line depend, dear child, on only thine. Rama and Lakshman forced to flee, I live by naught but seeing thee. For as the king has passed away, thou art my only help today. Hast thou perchance heard evil news of Lakshman which thy soul subdues, or Rama dwelling with his spouse? My all is he, 'neath forest boughs." Then slowly gathering sense and strength, the weeping hero rose at length, and words like these to GUHA spake, that bade Kaushalya comfort take. Where lodged the prince that night, and where Lakshman the brave and Sita fair? Show me the couch whereon he lay, tell me the food he ate, I pray. Then GUHA, the Nishada's king, replied to Bharat's questioning, "Of all I had I brought the best, to serve my good and honored guest. Food of each varied kind I choose, and every fairest fruit that grows. Rama, the hero truly brave, declined the gift I humbly gave. His warrior part he ne'er forgot, and what I brought accepted not. No gifts, my friend, may we accept. Our law is give and must be kept. The high-souled chief, O monarch, thus, with gracious words, persuaded us. Then calm and still, absorbed in thought, he drank the water Lakshman brought. And then, obedient to his vows, he fasted with his gentle spouse. So Lakshman too from food abstained, and sipped the water that remained. Then with ruled lips devoutly stayed the three their evening worship paid. Then Lakshman with unwearied care brought heaps of sacred grass, and there, with his own hands, he quickly spread for Rama's rest a pleasant bed. And faithful Sita's too, where they, reclining each by other lay. Then Lakshman bade their feet and drew a little distance from the two. Here stands the tree which lent them shade. Here stands the tree which lent them shade. Here is the grass beneath it laid, where Rama and his consort spent the night together ere they went. Lakshman, whose arms the foemen quell, watched all the night as sentinel, and kept his great bow strung. His hand was gloved, his arm was braced. Two well-filled quivers at his waist, with deadly arrows hung. I took my shafts and trusty bow, and with that tamer of the foe stood ever wakeful near, and with my followers, bow in hand, behind me ranged a ready band, kept watch o'er Indra's spear. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely architecture of epic proportions. Sri Ramayana. Eternal Ramayana. Eternal Rome. Roma Victa. Victory to Rome. Victory to Rama. That's the essence. That's the essence of existence. To emerge our consciousness into the pastimes of God. Absolutely beautiful. It is just mind-boggling how did Sir Ralph Griffith translated this from Sanskrit to British. Absolutely amazing. You see, Ramayana is the true pastime of God. Then Egyptians took bits and pieces and they called it Ramses. And then the Jews stole from the Egyptians and they call it Ramoses. And then Romans stole it from the Jews and call it Romans. You see, Rama is the holy name. That's why we have so many Ramirezes, Ramos, Ramons, Romanovs, Romania, Rome, because Ramayana will always eternally exist and the name is spread all around the world. Absolutely beautiful description, mind-blowing. Like, you can really be present by hearing this translation. What is happening? Bharat is completely losing his thoughts, his head, how much he suffers in separation from Rama. And then he asks Gua to tell him, where did Rama sleep? What did he eat? Where did Sita sleep? And what did she eat? And what did Lakshman do? It's just mind-blowing beautiful. That's what we need. That's the true um, transcendental Netflix everybody has to watch, because that has a benefit. When you watch Ramayana, you get purified from all the vices, and then you will go back home, back to transcendental world where God lives eternally. Otherwise, if we watch mundane Netflix with all these cow eaters, all these Hollywood stars, cow eaters, we become more and more sinful and full of vice. That's the difference. And we go straight to hell, where you need to be trained as an animal to be born again on this planet and at some animal farm raised for slaughter. That's called karma. And no Jesus is gonna save you from this kind of karma if you keep eating animals slaughtered in a capitalistic system of godlessness like that. Jai Sri Ramayana, Roma Victa, Hail Ram, Jai Sri Ram. Ciao.